Alright जी, in this quick video we're going to talk about Android Studio में Android की एप्लीकेशन डेवलप करते हुए जावा का कोड लिख के हम कैसे लोकेशन गेट कर सकते हैं। आपका सेल फोन कैसे आपकी लोकेशन गेट करता है। सबसे पहली चीज़ देखने वाली बात ये कि व्हाट एग्जैक्टली इज अ लोकेशन। सम पीपल आर कंफ्यूज कि इट इज समथिंग टू डू विद गूगल मैप्स और इट इज बिंग मैप्स। सम पीपल आर कंफ्यूज इफ इट इज your GPS device in your car, which shows you the maps. Some people think it is something to do with the VPN or the IP address. Technically speaking, it is nothing, none of those. आपने क्या करना है, आपको लोकेशन गेट करने के लिए आपको सिर्फ दो नंबर चाहिए होते हैं एंड योर लोकेशन नंबर्स आर लैटिट्यूड एंड लॉन्गिट्यूड. दैट्स इट. What is latitude? What is longitude? The world is theoretically divided into these degrees. Equator is on 0 degree if you're talking about these horizontal lines drawn on your line. So these are called latitude lines. Equator is on 0 degree, 10 degrees, 20 degrees, 30 degrees onwards, and your north pole is finally 90 degree. Similarly, if you go down, it is going to be 10 degrees south, 20 degrees south, 30 degrees south, and south pole is going to be 90 degrees. So if you want to find out the location, for example, of UK over here, you can see United Kingdom is somewhere between 50 and 60. So your pinpoint location will depend on your exact location. Similarly, your longitude lines are vertical lines drawn from North Pole to South Pole. And when they started doing this, they decided that the 0 degree will go through the UK again. So this red line is going through UK, and this is the longitude lines. This is called 0 degree longitude, which is passing from North Pole to UK, some part of Africa, and through the Atlantic Ocean. If you go towards east, it is going to be 10, 20, 30, 40 degrees east. And if you go towards left, it is going to be 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 west. So both in latitude and longitude, you will go positive when you go towards east in longitude. You will go -10, -20, -30, -40 if you go towards west. Similarly, in latitude, if you go towards North Pole, you will be 10, 20, 30 degrees positive. And if you go towards South Pole, it is going to be 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 degrees south. So this is going to be negative. So this is how the numbers work. These numbers could be with you just by looking at a map. So maybe you could look at this map. Between 50, 60 degrees is UK and 0 degrees is UK. So 0 to 10 degrees is probably the longitude, and this is how you get to know that. We will discuss in another video how exactly the location works, but there are different devices which can allow you to make that happen. In your phone, first of all, you have a GPS circuit. There is a device which is called Global Positioning System. There is a set of satellites which are geostatic satellites which rotate along with the rotation of the Earth. So the satellites are always there. There are several satellites out there. Your phone can read their signal, and on the basis of number of satellites visible and their location, the phone can figure out what is your current location. And your current location is latitude and longitude, two numbers. That's it. No street, no road, no city, no town, no province, no country. It's the latitude and longitude. That is why it will work in the ocean, it will work in the lake, it will work on the ground. It will probably work in the air as well once you're in an airplane. So talking about how do we do this when writing Java code for your Android phone, this is how we are going to do it. First of all, we will add permissions to your applications in Android Studio. That is going to be in two different ways. We will add some permissions in your manifest, and we will add some permissions to your code. दूसरा काम हम ये करेंगे कि we will get an object of location manager, and then there are two ways of doing it. If you want the location only once, you can ask for the last known location. Last known location आपको मिल जाएगी जो भी आपके फ़ोन ने लास्ट टाइम किसी भी ऐप के लिए यूज़ की होगी. सो अगर आपने गूगल मैप्स यूज़ किए हैं या कोई राइड हेलिंग ऐप यूज़ की है या कोई और ऐसी ऐप यूज़ की है जिसने आपका GPS एक्सेस किया था या नेटवर्क एक्सेस किया था, उसकी बेसिस पे अगर उसको लोकेशन याद है पिछले कुछ देर पहले की, तो वो कुछ देर पहले की लोकेशन ही आपको गेट लास्ट नोन लोकेशन में दे देगा. दूसरा तरीका हो सकता है कि you could probably be looking for your location right now and you want it to update every now and then the way you do it in Google Maps. जब आप Google Maps में देखते हैं और आप मूव करते हैं तो आपका blue dot जो है वो साथ साथ मूव करता है. That is happening because of a location listener. So you could set up a location listener, and that location listener will fire every now and then. Whenever your location changes, you get the location in your code. So get down to the business. And first of all, let's talk about the permissions. पहला काम हमने करना है कि हमने permissions लेनी है. उसके लिए let's start a new project. So I have this Android Studio. Let's make a new project. Let's go for empty view activity. Let's call it location testing app. And this is going to be it. So what I'm going to do is probably on my layout, I'm going to put a text view where I'm going to show these latitude and longitude numbers. That is how we're going to begin. So I'll go to the manifest. I'll probably use the same text view, maybe this hello world. And I'm going to increase the size. I'm going to talk about the font size to be increased. The text size could go to 24. And this is what I have here. So right now it is hello world, but if I change this from the code, this will show you a latitude and longitude. That is the total target of this application. So let's start off. I go to the main activity and here I will actually start working on the code. But before that, I will go to the manifest and I will say this application uses permissions and I'm looking for a final location and I'm looking for a coarse location. So fine location is for pinpoint location within 1 meter, as precise as it could be. And the coarse location is approximate location, maybe within your locality, maybe within your city, maybe within your town. And some applications are okay with coarse locations. For example, if you want to be picked up by your Uber or your taxi driver, you will have to send him the fine location. But if you're looking for weather information, it's fine to send course location. Maybe the weather information is not going to change within a kilometer or two. So these are two permissions which are added in the manifest file. Secondly, I will go into the main activity code, and as soon as the application starts, I will try to get the permissions from my activity compat class. I will check if your self permission is granted to this application. This is basically get application context. In this application context, do you have manifest.permission dot find location? It should be access find location. If that is the case, you can see this is giving me an error because there are multiple manifests around. So what I'm going to do is import envoy.manifest. And once I do this, this problem will be gone. I will get this permission into an integer. Let's call it fine. And then enforce same whole permission. And I will check it for course location as well. So these are the two integers that I have received, which tell me that I have the permission to get location or not. I will double check this against a simple condition. If find location is not equal to package manager dot permission granted. So if find location permission is not granted, it is a good idea to create a string array of one length. Actually, you could actually ask for multiple permissions in one go, and you will say, let's say SS0 should be equal to your manifest dot permission dot access find location. I will send this SS now, which has only one string in the string array, and I will say request permissions. This is asking for two things. Number one, a string array of permission, and second is going to be a permission code. So I will pass request permission SS, and I will call permission code could be any integer that I'm giving. I could give 999, and this should work. Permission codes could be used later on for checking if the permission was granted or not. Similarly, I could return from here maybe or not. Similarly, if the permission is not granted for course location, I will go for getting course permission granted. Sorry, it should be here. Course location. I'll change permission code to 998 later if we need use them. So these two if conditions are going to check if the permission is already granted. If not, it is going to ask for the permission. There is going to be a pop-up and it will get the permission. This pop-up will be shown only once. So maybe I can start one of them later from here. This one, if it starts. So I'll try to start an emulator, run this application on that and see if the application asks for the permission or not. Once the permission is granted, we could start requesting permission. For example, so once we have the permission, we will get a location manager and either we will get the last known location or a listener. And the location is basically latitude and longitude, these two numbers only. In some cases, you may want altitude information, which is the height from the sea level. And in some cases, you'll probably need speed as well. But latitude and longitude is usually sufficient information that you're looking for. So my emulator has pretty much started. And let's try to run this application on the simulator. Obviously, it's going to take a few moments to compile this information. The screen will look like this. Hello world. Nothing should happen other than that. But as soon as application runs, I'm expecting that it asks for your fine location, your course location, permissions on the app. Waiting. Probably it's not going to be that slow once we build this again, but will performance issues, launching the application on the device, and it should be coming onto the screen any moment. Install complete. We have the logs. So this is the application, and the moment it runs, it is asking allow location testing app to access the device's location. I'll say okay while using the app, and that's pretty much it. Once I allow this, if I run this application again, it should not. So I'll probably kill this app, kill all of the apps. And once I run this again, you should probably not ask for the permission again because the permission was originally granted already. So hence you only get to see the hello world. Next step, as we talked about, we're going to go get the location manager and we'll get to try to get the location of this device. So we will get the latitude and longitude permission. ये वाला काम हमने कर लिया. We have the manifest permission added and the permission code added. Yeah, this is the permission code that we have already added. Now we're going to try to get the last known location. That is going to be pretty simple. We go and we get the location manager from the get system service. And this should give me the location manager. Let's go to Studio. I'll say get system service. And this is going to be location service. This will give me a service, but I have to typecast it to location manager. location manager. Let's call it LM for the location manager. And this is my location manager available. It is suggesting me a few things. Uh, Access to the system location, these blah, 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 suspicious cost. No, it is not a suspicious cost. Don't worry about that. So to suppress this warning, I'm going to press Alt Enter and going to suppress service. So this suppress link service will get rid of the warning. Otherwise, the code is just fine. Now I have LM and I can say dot get last known location. And I will say this is going to be the network provider. So I can do two of them. I could probably say network provider, or I could say the GPS provider. GPS provider will provide the more precise location. Network provider will provide the more coarse location, because network location is based on your different Wi-Fi devices around your phone, different cell towers, maybe some Bluetooth activity as well. And as in general, what happens is that you get uh, the location, last known location, and that is going to be an object of location class. So I will call it LOC. This LOC location object is going to be, come on. Uh, so it imports the location, Android location dot location. Now my LOC dot get altitude, get latitude, and get longitude will give me the numbers. So my double lat is going to be LOC dot get latitude. Double LNG is going to be LOC dot get longitude. And all I have to do is put it instead of this hello world. So for that, I will get my text view r.id dot text. I think it is this. Now, what's the ID of my hello world? The ID is nothing. So I'll call it hello world. So now I can go back and change this to r.ig.hello world, and this should give me the text view. That's done. I'm still not happy with the hello world. Probably it's going to take a moment to hello world to confirm. Hello world, okay. What about this? R dot. Yeah, this one. Good stuff. All I have to do is change the text view tv dot set text lat plus comma plus LNG. So whenever the application starts, it's going to go try to get the location without any button. Maybe we should add a button to get location, but let's try and see if this gets you anything. Apparently, this phone has just started and we just started booting. So probably we may not get any location on this app. But let's see what's the behavior. The application installed successfully. It started and probably crashed. Why did it crash? Because, okay, let me go back to logcat, and you can see this has crashed. It says get last known location is giving you a null, and you are you're attempting to invoke virtual method location manager dot get last location. So my location manager is null. This comes out to be null when your location service is not available or you have not received any location recently. So I could probably try to get hold of my Google Maps, maybe. Where's Google Maps? Do we have Google Maps on the simulator? There you are. Come on, let me run the maps. It's a little too slow for. This will launch the virtual GPS for the emulator in general. Oh, so looks like the location is not available. Using the app, I give the permission. This red icon means that okay, the location is now available. So once we get the location, it is showing me a location of somewhere in Mountain View, San Jose. So that's San Francisco address where the Google headquarters is, and that's where the default location of every uh, emulator is. What I can do is try running the app now. Is that going to give me any last location? And nope. Oh, hang on. Must have made some mistake in here. So once you're getting the location manager like this has to be location service, not location service. This is what we actually need. We did not need the locale service. This has to be location service. Now the location manager can get the GPS provider. Let's see how this app behaves now. I think we made a mistake earlier. It is a location service, please remember. This has to be on Pixel 7 Pro. Let's run this. And the application runs. And we have 37.422 latitude and minus 122. Why it is in minus? Because if you remember, uh, we talked about longitude to be the vertical lines. So minus 122 means it's on the left, 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 west, 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 somewhere on the southern shore of North America, 31 degrees. That's the area where you expect this location to be. San Jose is back there. So this is how you get your last known location. If you're trying to do this on the emulator, you can go into these three dots for the emulator, and there is going to be a pop-up window which will allow you to change your location. So you could search for a location and change my location to, let's say, London. This is taking a little more time. There should be a map loading here. What's going on? I have a problem in this emulator somehow. There are certain save points, this looks like. You can import GPX, and you can search for location. For some reason, my location is not showing up. Yeah, this is weird. But if I change to this coordinate, which I previously saved, and I run this application again, chances are it's going to be onto the other location now. No, because the GPS has been updated. Maybe we can use the real device to make this work. So what I'm going to do is connect my phone using the USB cable, and I'll change this to my current phone. I will go probably pull up my phone screen on the screens for the recording purpose so that you can see that in the video as well. So I'll start this here, and this is my phone screen. It's going to take a moment, sorry. It's updating stuff. Okay, so this is my phone screen. I'll put it here and probably start the application on my phone. And this is what I am getting on my physical device. You could see this is 31.45 and 74.4. That is my location in Lahore, my last known location in Lahore. What you could do is now look at the other option that we have, and the other option was that instead of going for last known location, we will go for location listener. What is a location listener? Based on your criteria, it will update your location every now and then. और उसका क्या तरीका है? उसके लिए लास्ट नोन लोकेशन हम फिलहाल नहीं गेट करते इससे. And I'm going to do this. Location manager dot updates क्या होता था? Request location updates. इसमें we have to provide the provider. कौन सा location provider है? We have to give location request, and then we will go for a location listener. We will be using something like this. So let's take a look at that, how we do that. So first of all, what I'm going to do is I'm going to location manager dot request location updates. First thing I will need is a location manager and a GPS underscore provider. I could use a network provider as well. Second parameter is going to be, I could probably give 100 or 1,000. This is how much time that we need, long minimum time millisecond. So I'll probably need an update every 5 seconds, 5,000. And then what is the distance you want to be defined? I can say let's 1 meter. Whenever I move 1 meter or more, this will fire. And then I need a location listener. So I'll say a new location listener, and this is going to create a new location listener object for me. And on location changed is the function which will automatically get called. Now, this function will get called automatically whenever either you move 1 meter, more than 1 meter, in last 5 seconds. I could probably reduce this to 1 second to be more quick and precise. And now I'm going to just do the same thing. I will get the latitude and longitude into these doubles. This location dot get latitude, this location dot get longitude, and I will set it on my text view. Now, provided that my location is changing, you will see this text change. But if my location is not changing, that you will not see this location change. So if I run this on the emulator, I think it's not going to be any change at all. So I run the app, this goes back, and it's going to give me a hello world, and this is probably the last known location. Let me try my emulator one more time. Maybe it changes my location somehow. No, it's not doing what I want it to do because it's not loading any location whatsoever. Anyway, I'll go back to my physical device maybe. I go to my physical device, run the app, and show you the screen. And it is here for you. Now, this provider is the network provider. I don't know if it's going to work if I move around, but let's see. I think I need to get up and move around. So I'll probably, but if I disconnect my USB, it's not going to show you. I'll go for some screen recording and add it to this video, and you'll be able to see how this location listener works. So that's how you are getting your latitude and longitude. You can use this latitude, use this longitude, use this altitude for your whatever purpose you're looking for. So if you want to send this location to somebody else, if you want to share it with somebody or some other application, maybe we can look for another example in the next video where we probably use this latitude and longitude in our weather application, for example. So that is how your location works in Android. अच्छा जी, एप्लीकेशन चल गई है. इसका प्रोवाइडर हमने जीपीएस प्रोवाइडर किया हुआ है, और अभी मैं क्योंकि इंडोर्स हूँ तो इंडोर जीपीएस का सिग्नल नहीं आता. अब मैं क्या करूँगा कि मैं इसको लेके बाहर जाऊँगा. जैसे ही ओपन में जाएंगे इसका लैटिट्यूड लॉन्गिट्यूड मिलना चाहिए. हेलो वर्ल्ड नज़र आ रहा है, इसका मतलब है कि इसको टेक्स्ट व्यू पे कोई अपडेट नहीं मिल रही है. सो इसको लेके बाहर चलते हैं, और जब बाहर जाएंगे ना सिर्फ लोकेशन आएगी बल्कि थोड़ी थोड़ी देर में अगर मैं वो 1 मीटर की डिस्टेंस या 1 सेकंड के डिफरेंस से आगे चला जाऊंगा तो ये क्विकली उसको अपडेट भी करेगा. सो लेट्स सी हाउ इट गोज. Okay, this application is looking for location and you can see as soon as I have stepped out, इसने मुझे अपनी लोकेशन दे दिया है. As it is a GPS provider, it should lock the GPS better and you can see कि it is quickly updating the location. थोड़ी देर में इसके नंबर्स चेंज हो रहे हैं क्योंकि मैं इस वक्त चल रहा था. अब जब मैं रुक जाता हूँ तो इसके नंबर्स अपडेट होने बंद हो जाते हैं. और when I start walking around, you should probably get some new numbers changing as well. So that's how your location listener works, and this is very precise for a GPS location.